guys, welcome back to my channel, Uproot and Sprout. Thank you for coming, thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening to me. Today we are going to focus on self-love. Remember I said that I wanted to help heal the world, right? I want to help heal you. The first step to that is through self-love. Self-love was my first step in creating my new reality that I have, that I love, that I'm in love with, that I've chosen, that I created with God. Self-love looks like darkness. Self-love looks like in the beginning, so healing. So like this is the healing process of it, right? We're learning how to love ourselves. We're learning how to recognize the areas where we haven't applied self-love in our lives in different aspects, right? So that time of healing, it's very dark. It's lonely, but you choose to be alone. So maybe it's not lonely, it's solitude. You choose to be in solitude so that you could heal yourself, right? The proper way. And what that looks like is, cutting people out of your life that may hinder, right? That phase, that may not support it, that may keep you distracted or busy, or have just an opinion that has nothing to do with you, right? Nothing that's going to help you grow or even heal, right? So it's important to cut off relationships that can stop that process or keep you from starting that process. And that is hard, because when we have relationships, it's because we care about those people, right? And it's hard to tell someone, hey, I need to take time for myself. You can't come on this journey with me. And I gotta cut off communication with you. That doesn't sound nice. That doesn't feel good to say to someone, especially when you are already in a space where you do not love yourself, you do not value yourself, right? Because you're scared, you fear of what that person's opinion may be, or how they may react, or will you lose that relationship forever? Will they not be there when you're done healing, you know? And those fears, those feelings, they're real, and they're real and they're valid, but they're not important, because they keep you from loving yourself. They keep you from giving yourself value, from being loyal to yourself first, right? So, and anyone that truly loves you and wants good for you will understand, you know? And even if they may get in their feelings, they will understand, and they will be there when you're done, right? And the ones that don't, they just won't understand, and that is okay. You have to be okay with them not understanding and moving on, right? And also what they've just revealed is just confirmation that you needed to cut them out of your life, right? Because they weren't for you. They can't even support a decision that you've made for your good. But they just can't embark on that journey for now. They can't support that, you know? So they've revealed themselves to you and made it even easier. Like, it's easy. You're not for me, so why have you on my team, right? And that's one of the best things that I have learned through loving myself, through healing. I've learned, wow, if I would have just been myself my whole life, right? And not care about what someone thinks, or how they feel, or how they may react, or having, in my case, like someone to go out with. I used to love going out to dance, and I still do love going out to dance, but I would want friends to go out with, right? Like everyone, right? And sometimes you just are in relationships and dealing with stuff that you shouldn't deal with, just so that you can get whatever perk it is that you're getting out of that relationship. And that's not okay, because you can have a friend that will love you for you, accept you for you, and you guys will do the things that you all love to do, right? So I want to talk about cutting off people, cutting off habits, right, that are keeping you from healing. Things that can play a part in adding like another risk, or not another risk, but another way for depression to enter, right? For you to be depressed, for you to be sad. There are things like just simply not hydrating, simply not drinking water can have you feel depleted, feel sad, depressed, and sleepy. Something like smoking, right? Whatever it is that you're smoking. Some people can actually function, you know, and feel good and all of that, but some people cannot. And if you are those people that cannot, then it's not good for you. It's not good for you either way. But when we're trying to heal ourselves and and we're trying to live out of joy and happiness, and we're smoking a cigarette that's scientifically proven to cause depression and keep you depressed, or vapes that are even worse because they're worse than cigarettes, then we should slowly cut these things out to help us, right? Give us a boost, because it's already hard. So if we cut out negative things that will hinder us, it will also make the process easier. And being alone and being without negative habits and negative things will make the process easier, because the process is already hard on its own. Because you choose to be in solitude with yourself. You are choosing to sit still with yourself, right? And go through those different relationships that you've had, and see what you have allowed, right? How you have allowed people to treat you, how you have allowed people to talk to you, and it starts to create like a heartbreaking experience, and that is good. That's a good sign. When you're healing, when you're self-healing, and your heart starts to break, and you start to feel sad and like for yourself, like, wow, I can't believe that I allowed this to happen, that's a good sign, because you're understanding and you're realizing how bad you've treated yourself by allowing people to treat you a certain way, to carry you a certain way, and to talk to you a certain way. But that's when you get to forgive yourself. That's when you get to forgive yourself. That's when you get to forgive yourself, right? And say, look at yourself in the mirror, or just go within and just talk to yourself. I am so sorry for allowing this to happen. I am so sorry for betraying myself. I'm so sorry for doing this to you. I'm so sorry for continuously putting you in these positions, in these places, with these people where you were screaming, I feel uncomfortable, I am unhappy, and I kept you there. I'm sorry, right? That's good. That's a good thing. You start to forgive yourself. And forgiveness is freedom. So then you start to feel free. You already have a level of freedom when you cut off people, when you cut off habits that hinder you. And then you get another level of freedom when you forgive yourself for doing things that aren't good for you, for allowing people to treat you a certain way, right? And for you treating yourself that way. Because it's not your fault what someone else does to you, because you didn't premeditate that, right? You didn't think that up. That idea wasn't yours. However someone wanted to speak to you, or however someone wanted to treat you, that has nothing to do with you. But what does have to do with you is you allowing that, is you staying there. That has everything to do with you, because what you should have done is walk away. And walking away is not easy. And walking away could look different in many different circumstances, because walking away could also be dangerous, right? Depending the situation that you're in. So walking away is not easy, but you can figure it out and walk away and say no and never look back again. And that's what loving yourself, valuing yourself, respecting yourself, being loyal to yourself looks like. Is I know my worth. I know my value. I know I deserve. I am worthy of respect. I am worthy of loyalty. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of appreciation. I am worthy of gratitude. I am worthy. I am worthy because God made me, because I am a part of this universe. I am worthy. You are worthy. So be you unapologetically. All right, guys, unapologetically. There we go. Be yourself. It's freedom. It's freedom. Find the things that people don't like about you, right? And they're great. They're maybe corny, geeky, or if it's not harming the world, if it's not harming yourself, and someone doesn't like it, then why change it because they don't like it? You're not harming anyone. You're not harming yourself. It's not anything negative, whatever that trait or thing may be. So I'm not changing it because someone doesn't like it. That means that person needs to be removed from your life so that you can be yourself freely, right? And grow. And not be hindered and not block your blessings. Self-love is richness. When you heal yourself, when you forgive yourself, when you go in and you heal your traumas, right? You forgive people also. That's a part of self-healing, forgiving and releasing. It could be the devil himself that did something to you. Forgive and release. You have, I forgive you for doing that to me, but God, keep them away from me. Keep them away from me. Or keep it away from me. And release it. And forget it. It's not a part of you anymore. It's the past. You're creating a new person. That person that you've always been. That person that you've suppressed and blocked. That person is coming out. It's uprooting and sprouting. But yes, we are uprooting, sprouting, and growing, right? Flowering. When we allow ourselves, our true selves, to come out. When we love ourselves for who we are and accept ourselves for who we are. Because God made you like that, right? And if God took the time to put these certain unique characteristics or personality traits in you, like why would you want to dim it? Why would you want to suppress it? Why would you allow people in your life who are going to do the same and not value it, right? Why? Then what is the point of existing if you're not going to exist and operate out of the design that God made? Because he made you that way so you can thrive. That's the only way. Being your true self is the only way that you can thrive in life and be free. Thrive, be fruitful and free. And have heaven on earth. That is the only way. Is to be your true self. I have here, so stop trying to be perfect, because that doesn't exist. We are made perfectly imperfect by God. Imagine, I heard this. Imagine if God gave you the task to bring up the sun every day. We gonna mess that up, right? There's gonna be a day we're gonna mess it up. It's gonna be so bad that we will even have alarm sets, because we can't even rely on ourselves to wake up at the right time to bring the sun up. We can't. Can you imagine? So stop trying to be perfect. No one in the world, if God gave them that task, could do it perfectly for a lifetime. No. That's why he does it. That's why he is God. That's why he rises on its own, on his own. So stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be somebody that you're not. Stop trying to hang out with the wrong group of people that don't accept you, where you don't fit in, where you feel uncomfortable, where you can't speak the way you want to speak, where you can't be, simply just be without being criticized. Stop doing that to yourself. Respect yourself. Stop betraying yourself. And accept God's design the way that he made it. People that are taxing to be in your life or for you to be in their lives got to go. Things that are taxing for you to be in their life, for it to be a part of your life, got to go. If you're taken away from me, you've got to go. Oh, this is a good one. So, another thing that I don't know if a lot of people have this, but you've got, when you're going through self-healing and loving yourself, a part of that is also overcoming victimization. Stop making yourself the victim or thinking of yourself as a victim. It could be true that you were victim to something, but that doesn't have to define you. You can rise from that. You can forgive yourself for that situation and forgive it or they, right? And release. And not live in that. And forget it, because it's not a part of you. Because you've outgrown it. Because you've chosen you. You've chosen self-love. Victimization, that mentality, the reason it's not good is because you're not vibing at a high frequency when you're a victim, right? You can't be your higher self if you're a victim. And also, you're always looking for a way to not justify, or maybe justify, but also prove, right? Prove or show, like, this is why, but that is why, but this is this. But for what? For what? No. Something happened, it happened, let it go. Move on, forgive yourself, grow from it. Let it teach you something, let it make you stronger. Make something out of it. Survive it. Do not become a victim of anything. Don't tie yourself to that, because then you tie yourself to someone or something. No. We're survivors. We're winners. Okay? We rise up. We are not victims. Overcome that mentality if you have it. You're not a victim. You were a victim to something and you moved on from it. You grew from it. You moved on from it. You don't stay in that. It's just like being sad. You allow yourself to be sad. You allow yourself to cry. Those things are healthy. Listen to your body. Allow yourself a moment. Yes, days, but not months. No. You're going to rob yourself. You're going to rob that time from yourself, that energy from yourself, when you could be growing, prospering, and doing stuff, for your future. No. So it hinders you. And it's hard because you want to be heard, or you want people to see, but it's like, for what? Who cares? And everyone has a story. Everyone has been through stuff. Everyone has had a hard life. Everyone has been betrayed. Everyone has had stuff done to them. And when something is done to you, you always feel like it's the worst. So when the next person is not gonna feel like, oh, that was no. Or if they do, they'll feel like, okay, they'll feel it with you. And literally 3 seconds later, they've forgotten. So why operate out of that? You're just wasting time and energy. How do we talk to ourselves? The thoughts we allow in our mind, those are like self-sabotaging thoughts. Victimization is a part of that. Waking up unhappy for no reason, or waking up thinking about something that happened yesterday that wasn't good, that didn't create a good feeling. And you want to think about that and just walk around all day with those thoughts, those low vibing thoughts, those thoughts that are just going to attack your confidence, attack your security. No. Change it. And it's hard, but we can do it. The way you do it is literally, when it happens, fuck off. No, I'm not thinking about that. Even if it comes back again in a second, I'm not thinking about that. I said I'm not thinking about that. You start to control your mind and your body. Your body will no longer, and your mind will no longer control you. You will tell it how you want to live, how you want to feel, how you want to vibe, what you want to do. You tell it. Your spirit is in control, not this physical, not your organs, no. Your spirit is in control. Allow your intuition to be the operator, because that is your higher self. And that is where you will prosper. That's how you will grow. That's how you will respect yourself. And you will, doing that, when you start to love yourself and respect yourself and not betray yourself, be loyal to yourself, you will start attracting people and things that vibe the same way, that think the same way. How? Because your boundaries are up. So you start, people that aren't on your level, that aren't thinking like you, they aren't allowed. Like we can't have communion. And so you'll be yourself, you'll talk, you'll express yourself, and someone will be like, oh yeah, or oh yeah, or oh wow. And there you go. You just attracted someone that coincides with you, that accepts you, that just liked what you just said or how you just reacted or what you just did in your true self. And then that person has people, and those people have people, and then you'll go somewhere else and continue to be yourself, and you'll attract someone else or something else. That's how it works, because you're being yourself. It's not like I mean, it is magic. I feel like it's all magical because it's beautiful. It's freedom. I think freedom is magical. But it's literally just canceling out. Like if you are being yourself, right? We walk into a place and we're just ourselves. The people that like how we are, that like how we are representing ourselves, will celebrate that, will say something, will come toward us and will conversate with us. Or we'll see other people that vibe the way we do, think the way we do, and we will have the confidence to go towards them and build. Now, when you go somewhere and you are being yourself, and then someone comes and they're like, oh, why? Or, oh, that's weird. Or, and then you decide, okay, let me tone it down. Or, okay, let me not do that. Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm doing too much. Let me relax. Right? And then y'all commune. Right? That you just betrayed yourself. You just made a friend with someone who does not accept you for the way you are. Made you just suppress a beautiful part of yourself. Made you lie to yourself and turn on yourself. And now they have friends. And then those people have people. And then you'll go somewhere else and you'll do the same thing, and you'll continue to attract people like that. Because you are minimizing yourself or doing things the way people want you to do it. And so those are the people you're going to attract. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I have here, don't be afraid to leave people. If they're not giving you heaven on earth, bye. And you know what? No one can give you heaven on earth. Absolutely no one. Only you can. By being yourself. By loving yourself. Because joy, natural joy, without you even trying, natural happiness, you create. You create your heaven on earth. And did you know that joy, being happy, being happy, that is a success? That is being successful. Being successful means you are happy, you are enjoying yourself or whatever it is you're doing, wherever you're at. That is success. That's a success. That's a win. Now, if you are working somewhere where you don't want to work, or you're operating in a way that you don't want to operate, you're not happy that way, or around people that you don't really want to be around, so everything is just fake, right? That's not successful. Whether it's a nice position, a huge income, whatever, you're still not successful. Because success means that you are happy, comfortable, you have joy. That's a success. That's a win. So don't be afraid to be alone, okay? Don't be afraid to be alone, to be with yourself, so that you can self-heal, so that you can learn what self-love is by yourself, so that you can then know what boundaries that you need to set up. You know what? Actually, even saying that you're alone is like dismissing yourself. It's like disrespectful to yourself, saying that you're alone. Because you're not alone. Aren't you a person? Is there not a spirit within this body? Organs? Do you not have a voice? So yes, guys, like I was saying, you're not alone. You're with yourself. Become best friends with yourself. That's the best thing that every single human being can do here on earth, is become best friends with yourself, love yourself, so that you can attract beautiful people like you. If everyone did this, if everyone allowed the goodness in them to just be and live and exist, the world wouldn't be the way it is. But it needs to be the way it is, right? It's like written, and it's that's how it should be. So there are just people like me and like you that are different, are chosen. We're here with a purpose, and we're gonna fulfill that purpose, okay? So we've been having like a lot of up and downs with these videos, having to stop and all this, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But I do want you guys to understand something that I learned. Personality and physical appearance are the image of man, right? Beauty and goodness are the image of God. Personality and physical appearance is the image of man. Beauty and goodness is the image of God, which is why someone could be not so easy on the eyes for someone else, right? But that person can be so beautiful and so good inside their spirit, right? That person who feels that person is not easy on the eyes for them will see that beauty and will not feel that they're not easy on the eyes. They will be easy on the eyes. They will be beautiful to them, because their inner self shines through. The goodness, the purity shines through. And that's God. I'm going to end this with, I want you guys to repeat this. And it's a quote that I repeated to myself, and I still do. I am the author of my own story. Every word I say is a prayer. I am the author of my own story. You write your own story. Ain't nobody writing it for you. Do not allow that. Take your power back. Take control, even if it's from yourself. Take control from yourself. You control yourself, not your body, not your cravings, not your mind. So I am the author of my own story, and every word I say is a prayer. Use vocabulary to your advantage, people. Use it to your advantage. Words are powerful. Words have life. So pick and choose the things that you want to say to people, to yourself, and the things you want to think to yourself and about people, because they have life. So use it to your advantage. Every word I say is a prayer. So if every word you're saying is a prayer and you're the author of your life, choose wisely what it is that you're saying, what it is that you're putting out. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode about self-love. I apologize for the technology, what happened with this camera situation. But we're gonna get it, we're gonna perfect it so that it doesn't happen again. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you guys for coming back to listen to me. I hope you guys can take something from this, have learned something from this. I hope I've inspired you and motivated you, because that's why I'm sitting here doing this. That's why I set this whole thing up, is for you.